Now we move to the next topic called as condenser pump. So what is condenser pump? As we are well familiar with this condenser, the condenser in the primary site mainly utilized in chiller HVAC system. In chiller operation, we know that one of the component of the chiller is condenser. Water type of cooling arrangement, water chilled coolers. If, for example, if we consider water cooled chillers, in that this particular condenser is get connected with the cooling tower. The cooling tower and the condenser. There is a in between cooling tower and condenser. There are different pumps. That pumps are called as condenser pumps. So they are located between the condenser of the chiller as well as the outer section called as cooling tower. So in between that, this particular condenser pumps are installed. The condenser water pump is used to circulate condenser water either in the open or closed circuit system. So what is this open or closed circuit system? This particular system is related with the cold water tower. The cold water tower may be of two types, the open cold water tower or closed cold water tower. So depending on that, it can be called treated as a open or closed loop circuits. There is no different thing than this. The condenser water pump circulates return condenser water from the chiller back to the cooling tower. So now you can easily imagine where the condenser get placed. After the in the chiller there are four parts. Output of the compressor is in the form of high pressure, high temperature in the form of gas, right? So that will be get condensed with the help of condenser. So it can be reduce the temperature, it also reduce the pressure. And how it can be reduced? With the help of heat exchanger. And what do we mean by that heat exchanger? Heat exchanger will be work in cooperation with the external cooling tower. The condenser water pump circulate return condenser water from the chiller back to the cooling tower. The cooling tower then cools the condenser water and the condenser water is supplied back to the chiller. The condenser water pump must be sized properly. Now what is the importance of this pump? The condenser water pump must be sized properly to circulate the correct amount of flow at the correct pressure in order to achieve proper cooling within the building. Why this is important? Why the pumps are important and the control of pump is important? To maintain the proper amount of flow rate as well as the proper pressure. To maintain these two things so that the condenser pumps are properly sized. There is a insufficient flow and pressure, then there will not be enough cooling and building may get hot during periods of high cooling load. When the demand of cooling is high and if this particular condenser pump will not properly sized, so that there will be inefficient flow and inefficient pressure, because of that cooling will not be proper. So this is why the condenser pump is important. So there is too much pressure and flow, then the electrical system will unnecessarily burden, and if there is no speed control, then electricity may wasted due to excess pumping. So this why we read this is because if if these two parameters are get vary, so ultimately it will affect the other things. If this pressure and flow is very high, then unnecessary the demand of this why this pressure and flow is high, because of the we are pumping it at high rate. So as we are pumping it at high rate, so ultimately it will be burden to the electricity, so more demand of electricity. And if there is no speed control, then also it will be the waste of the excess pumping. In open circuit means if the cooling tower is open circuit type cooling tower, the condenser water spray, what happen? The condenser water spray into field of the cooling tower. As we know that there are fields in cooling tower. As I shown that by different diagrams to you, there are fields, and on that fields, the condenser pump or the condenser, not condenser pump, the output of the condenser will be sprayed onto that fields, so that it equally it will get distributed cooling tower and comes into direct contact with the atmosphere. If that particular output will be in direct contact with atmosphere, we can call that system as an open system, and it can be shown in figure 1. In closed circuit condenser water system, the condenser water is isolated by the coil in the cooling tower. and never comes in direct contact with the atmosphere. And there is a sealing or isolation arrangement is provided in another type of tower, where that will be not in direct contact with the atmospheric pressure or atmosphere. So that arrangement is called as closed circuit condenser arrangement. The open circuit arrangement is more popular than the closed circuit due to its cost and that. So how that arrangement you can see from this. You can see here, this is the chiller. So this is the chiller output. Chiller output will be written to different parallel arrangement of the cooling tower. So this is cooling tower 1. Once it enters into cooling tower 1, so you can see here there are fans, and through this this particular wall it enters to this different spraying sections. So here you can see that the spraying will be done on the fill. Below this there will be fill over here, and on that fill it will be spraying, and then the temperature will get reduced by this particular inside this cooling tower. The temperature will get reduced with the help of the fans. You can see that the fans are there. These fans are get operated by the control engineer, and depending on the speed and that, the cooling will be taken place. And here again the cooling water will get restored, and this cooling water will be get restored, and it will be circulated through this condenser pump. Now here you can see the role of condenser pump. This condenser pump will circulate at proper flow rate and pressure to the chiller. If this condenser will not be properly controlled, then there is the effect on chiller. Ultimately, the output of the chiller, here the output of the chiller will not be proper. So this is parallel arrangement, so that this is the secondary cooling tower, and here you can see that the secondary chiller. The same is mentioned. So here you can see that there is a drain arrangement in the cooling tower. Sometimes if we require to drain out this, so then this drain wall will get on, and maybe there is a blowout. If the conductivity of this chiller water is rising, if the conductivity is not maintained at proper values, as conductivity is always continuously measured of this cooling process. So if this conductivity varies, then that water can be blow down by this particular wall. And sometimes what happen, if the water levels get reduced in this particular cooling towers, then the makeup water can also be added through this particular arrangement. So this is the makeup water, so that can be provided to this particular chillers. This is another arrangement where you can see that there is a elevation difference between this pump and two types of differences. So this particular where the input from the chiller will be entered into the cooling tower tank. So from that to the pump that is arranged over here. So that particular distance is 55 feet, and the level of that particular cooling liquid from that to the condenser pump, this particular distance is 50 feet. So these two distances are clear to us, right? One is distance that is from the pump to the level, and another is the distance from the pump to the cooling tower's upper side. We can say that the enter side. So what we now call that the entering side and the outlet side. So in figure 2, in this figure, the pump discharge head. So this particular is called as pump discharge head. So this pump discharge head is around 55 feet, and second one is pump suction head. The pump suction head distance is around 50 feet. So in this arrangement also, the pump can be work efficiently. If it will not work efficiently in this particular elevation difference, then there is ultimately effect on the chiller. So all these things are required to be considered as a design engineer point of view to implement to install the pumps, and how much should be the elevation, whether the chiller should be at the downside or at the chiller should be in the upside of this particular cooling tower. All these things are very essential in the design point of view. So this will be get clear once we will go more and more in details of this, then it can be possible to understand all these things.